Starting again from scratch. But this time we are using loading trick. I've just played all the way up to the room outside torture. So where... Sorry, shorter loads, not longer loads, shorter loads. I got all the way up to the room just before you go into torture. Just because I don't want to have to sit through the whole of torture. So as the wiki explains, we have now filled the PlayStation 3's cache with a load of loading time, with a load of loading areas. So you should get faster loads. Here we go again. I'm trying to beat my what, sub 120 IGT.
Split into two, east and west. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. I still haven't. I should have sorted out the delay on the turbo, but oh well. Oh, what was that roll? That roll was terrible. That roll was way too early. I don't know how much difference it's going to make. Mainly because I've already set myself up with most things that make a difference to timing for MGS3. Though there's only 2 things that I haven't previously done. First one is loading trick. The second one is play the Japanese version of the game, because that is slightly quicker as well. Mainly because there's an unskippable cutscene after you defeat the boss, which is slightly quicker. It's about 7 seconds quicker in Japanese, I believe. And that's it. I'm gonna roll over that because I fuck up. Just running through it. That was better. I didn't get knocked down this time, so that's already a time save. Got another cutscene here. Get that guy out. Got another cutscene here. So let's get this one as well. Oh, good. I did start recording. I've all of a sudden thought, shit, did I not start recording? I did, so. That's annoying, but not an issue. I shot his radio. It's alright. That alert doesn't matter because we're going to a cutscene here, so we immediately get out of the alert. There should be a codec as well. I was not calling them codecs. They're radios in this, not codecs. Take that guard out. Rolls. Just hug the right-hand side here. Good. Through. Nearly done with the Virtuous mission. I remember this time that there's 2 codecs. Radios. Oh, who cares? And we just gotta heal heal ourselves from the river. Be in a second. Be another radio call. There it is. That's probably the fastest I've ever done that, which is nice. Gonna be a save here, so I've got to be careful that I don't trigger it. And that's the virtuous mission. Wow, not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. That's what comes from not getting knocked down by a crocodile, I think. Was the main advantage there. And maybe the loading times. I don't know yet. I don't know how much more time loading is gonna help with. Because as far as loading times outside of using loading trick is concerned, I'm already in like the best position. I've got a PS3. I've got the recommended PS3 Super Slim model, and I've got an SSD. So like I'm already well set up for for fast loads anyway. So I don't know how much more this is going to help, but we'll see. Yeah, that was a really nice gold split. Say it really could be to do with loading times. I don't know.
Who's that?
Crap. I don't think that's a problem. I'm going to lose that alert pretty quickly. I'm not supposed to shoot him. I was just supposed to stay away from him. Surely it'll be fine. It won't be because I don't think I can trigger this. Yeah, this now doesn't trigger. No. Will it trigger under caution? Yeah, it will. Okay, that's a bit awkward, but I'm not gonna reset just from that. Right. There is a save here, so make sure I don't trigger that. Now we've got the Ocelot unit. Bit of a rough Ocelot unit. I'm glad I didn't reset then, because I'm still 23 seconds ahead. I think I am seeing the difference in the load times, though. I do believe it is noticeable. It's just annoying, because it means that if you want those really fast loading times, every time you play the game, you have to basically play half of the game and then start again. Oh, that was bad. I hit X. I shouldn't have done. Yep. That is the thing with the PS3 version. I believe it's only the PS3 version that you do it on, which is just another reason why the Xbox Series X is X and S is one of the best. Oh shit! The Xbox Series X and S is the best one to play it on. Just easy gun. Oh, that was terrible. I'll just go from here. Yeah, I understand aiming is a bit off. Then again, I'm not I have found the aiming in this to be a lot tighter than in other games of the series. Does it? Aiming feels a lot slower, and there's no options to change it. There's no aim sensor unless you like actually change your controller. You know, I could use GIMX or DS for Windows to make changes. Xbox is like 10. Ugh. While the game is like 5. Well, this game is like 5. Yeah, I'd like a nice 7, I feel. Right, next boss, it's going to be Ocelot. Again, going to quiet and concentrate. Moved again. It's alright, I just got to move slightly. Damn it! Oh my god, Ocelot, I fucking hate you when you...
You won't get away from me!
Bloody Ocelot. Pain in the arse. Yeah, that's twice now, that second stun I've struggled a bit with. Lost 15 seconds on that. Ugh. Although that 15 seconds wasn't just of that. The like rolling into that first fence, the previous area was bad as well. Still, fingers crossed, still have not been bitten by that snake. If you guys can even see the snake. I have no idea. I can barely see, but I think it's worse on the stream. Well, in Major's guide, he mentioned that if you get bitten by that snake, you should heal automatically. Sorry, if you not heal automatically. If you get bitten by that snake, you should heal it straight away. But I haven't been bitten by it yet, so I am of the opinion that you can't get bitten by it. I don't know. All right, it's time for the pain. I fucking move. What is... Why didn't that... I don't understand why that didn't drop his shield. This fight is going all over the place. Like I said, I don't understand why that didn't drop his shield. It should have done. Oh, I'm just hemorrhaging time. Still don't know what the fastest way of getting through that bit of puddle is. Is it dive in? Is it did an invincible roll before your nade exploded? What a bit. I think I might have shot him accidentally when I shouldn't have done. Dive and swim. Because there's three things you can do. You can roll and not swim. You can roll and swim, or you can dive and swim. And I've never been quite sure. If dive and swim is it, then dive and swim is what I'll do in the future. That's the first time I ever did roll and not swim. I'll keep trying to get that out of bounds trick there, but oh, fucking hands. Oh, I hate that section. Alright. The boss fight against the end starts here. Cool, that was better than last time. I don't think I got spotted early enough last time because the backup came too early. Because they were coming on the backup was as a result of the barrels being exploded rather than me being spotted. So that will have saved a fair bit of time as well. In response to that emote, so one thing I will say about MGS3, I do think it has the best music. It's an absolute killer soundtrack. I was also thinking about this the other day, and I don't know why it took me so long to kind of realize it. Because the exact same happens in MGS 1 and 2. There's no music when you're outside. There's only ever music inside. And it works really well, and I don't know why. And you notice it. You obviously notice it more in MGS3 because of because there's a lot more outside. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. I was about to say that won't count against me. Snake Eater is god tier. I absolutely adore the soundtrack to this. Cool, didn't get spotted. That was nice. It's a shame I was 23 seconds ahead and I've gone down to just under 2 seconds. But Means there's plenty to be getting on with next time. I like knocking that door open. There we go. That movement through those rooms is getting better now, I feel. Was bad. Ugh, that wall was also bad. Okay, fear. Again, gonna be quiet whilst I concentrate on the fear.
Wasn't dead after all.
Okay, that was better than last one. Still not great, wasn't perfect, but it was better than the last one. I lost a lot of time to the fear in the previous one. All right, let's see if I can get the bloody yeah, these gold splits are definitely as a result of low no. All right, I'm going around the long way here. That was awkward. Oh my god, why can't I get that trick anymore? Why do I keep messing that up? I've also I've realized that I'm mashing triangle. You're not supposed to mash triangle. You're supposed to just tap it as soon as you see Snake drop. That's one reason why I'm getting that wrong. Little windy section. I'll let it share away because wasn't an alert. That's not a problem.
Radio, where's our backup?
All right, let's not make the same mistake I made last time with this fight. Let's get this fight right. Again, gonna be quiet, concentrate on the end.
I can't see.
Damn it. Okay, I shouldn't hold off whoops. Shouldn't hold off the split there. I'd been holding off doing splits for like once the white disappears, but the cutscene pretty much starts as soon as possible. I think I should change it so that I am actually doing the manual split like as soon as the white appears, as soon as I feel comfortable with it. Because I actually lost a second here. Hey, Solid Strife. Best part of the game is incoming. Time to get the book out again. Alright. So, we move on to Chapter 3. Chapter 3, the genesis of the games. Don't have a lot of time to do Chapter 3. Metal Gear. To begin, we return to 1987. Hideo Kojima had been working for Konami since the previous year. The software publisher entrusted him with producing a military action game for the MSX2. Unfortunately, the modest capabilities of the machine imposed severe technical limitations on the young Japanese game designer. For example, this microcomputer could not cope with more than 3 enemy sprites on screen at the same time, including bullet trajectories. The vision of a quality war game was greatly diminished, but what if the player had to avoid the enemies rather than confronting them? Kojima decided to rethink the design and took inspiration from his own experiences. He had often filmed hide-and-seek games that he had played during his childhood. So, he considered developing a game in which hiding from enemies was the key. Remembering the film The Great Escape, John Sturges, 1963, he set out the concept. The hero must quietly infiltrate a hostile environment. At that time, it was a surprising choice because it would not be about escaping from a complex, but penetrating a secret base in the style of a James Bond film, for which Kojima holds a great fondness. To foster this furtive style of gameplay, Kojima decided that the main character would start the mission unarmed. During the game, he would have to find equipment in the field. We will continue that chapter during the bike chase and the torture section. But for now, it's Mountains time. Mountains 1 is nice and simple. There's not really much to Mountains 1. It's Mountains 2. Mountains 2 is the most technical one. Mountains 3 is okay. It depends how Mountains 2's gone. Lose a lot of time in Mountains 3 if you've got an alert from Mountains 2. Yeah. I'm not singing during that section because it's a really nice section. I don't feel like I do it justice. At the same time, I'm not asking everyone to be quiet in the same way that Apache does, because that's Apache's thing, and I want to have my own thing. So my thing is to read the book that Heidi got me for Christmas. It's called Metal Gear Solid: Hideo Kojima's Magnum Opus. And I got the first guard right. Okay, you can't go up there in the cardboard box. You do have to. Yeah. So yeah, if you'd like to learn more about Metal Gear Solid. Well, unfortunately, this is going to be my last stream for a little while doing MGS3, so it's not going to come up again for a while. You just go on Twitter for the whole ladder section. It's alright, each to their own. You do you, pal. Right. Mustn't get an alert now. Which should be fine. I shouldn't get an alert in here. I'm assuming this loading section is going to be a lot faster. This is one of the longer loading sections of the game. Unfortunately, the longest one, which is the waterfall, won't make a difference. We do usually get... Cool, that was definitely short. We usually get the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD Edition logo in the bottom right. I don't know why I said the whole thing there. I did listen to it. I really like it. It's funny because they released the song yesterday. Well, I say yesterday, it's technically now Saturday. Oh, spare me a second. Make sure I get that roll. They released the song on Thursday, which was the same day as my last day of work at the Entertainer. So it felt quite appropriate. They released a song called Compliance the day I left the Entertainer. Oh, I hate that jump. I need to find like a good timing for when to do it. Mainly because like the Entertainer like fucking jizzes over compliance. And it was my team's responsibility for it. Fucking love their stores. Fucking love their compliance. Oh, I've done all my tasks. I feel like I can shitmouth them a bit now because I don't work for them anymore. I don't want to shitmouth them. They're an okay company. I wouldn't recommend working for them, but they're an okay company. Right, anyway, concentration time. Why? Why have you not tried to shoot me? He went right. No, he didn't. He went right. No, he didn't. He went left. Oh, there he is. Massive improvement, because last run was terrible. But he didn't shoot. I guess it's because he didn't see me. I must have gotten into the box too quickly. But, oh well. Anyway, talking about Muse. Yeah, I listened to Compliance. I've only listened to it once. I need to listen to it again before I decide whether I prefer it or Thought Contagion. I think that's the name of the other one. Yeah, Thought Contagion is the name of the other one. And of course, they also announced the release of their new album. Muse have got a new album coming out in August. It's called The Will of the People. I really like the sound of that. Thanks for coming by, dude. It's been good good catching up with you. It's been a little while. Come here, Rykov. Oh, wow. Nice. I've been... I saw Drones and Simulation Theory. Simulation Theory was absolutely incredible. I thought Drones was really good, and I wasn't sure how they were going to top Drones. And then I saw Simulation Theory, and I was blown away by it. It was amazing. Whoops. Wrong outfit. Box slide. All right, that's loading trick done. We are now out of loading trick. But be careful because there will be a. I believe there will be a save. So I need to make sure I don't trigger the save. There it is. All right, now we're in the torture room. We could have carried on with the loading trick to get to this point, but I didn't want to have to watch through all of this. All right, let's carry on with the book.
You'd better start talking.
All right. The player would control his character from a bird's eye view, allowing the player to anticipate enemy reactions and movements, while also offering the opportunity to hide from the guards on their patrols. The explorable world was designed so that designed to be relatively open, in the sense that progression was not linear. The player could go anywhere, but if he found himself blocked by a door or an enemy, he would have to go explore the base to find a suitable object or weapon to get himself out of the predicament. Moreover, the difficulty level proved to be a little high, given that the path for advancing the story was not always obvious. For this reason, the designers decided to introduce a radio at this stage, which would allow the hero to rely on the support of various characters, each one a specialist in a certain field, and glean vital information. The concept of Metal Gear was born, and with it, the stealth game. Oh shit! I forgot to split. Thanks, Solid Strife. Damn it! That's the second time I've done that. The concept of Metal Gear was born, and with it, the stealth. The only thing left was to create the hero. Kojima was inspired by the character Snake Plissken, the main protagonist of the film Escape from New York, John Carpenter, 1981, played by Kurt Russell. The game's hero would thus be baptized Snake. His mission was to destroy the Metal Gear, a weapon of mass destruction able to launch long-range nuclear missiles. Kojima thus wished to convey the anxiety that reigned in the region during his childhood, as in the rest of Japan, it could be presumed, where the population had been traumatized by the atomic bomb. I am a patient man is the end of that cutscene. Uh, 144.75. Ah, that was much quicker than before. Language. So my splits are going to be a little off for this one again. But it's not a problem. It's only RTA as well. Well, that guard came this time. I think it's because I've been taking too long with the previous rooms. That the southeast room that I did there was actually really good. Now I do have to roll for this dog. So roll so I don't get hit by the doggo. Ba, ba. Oh, you don't have to move there. I was wondering, do you actually have to move there, or does Snake move down the ladder on his own accord? And Snake moves down the ladder on his own accord. All right, coming up to the Sorrow. Ah. Unfortunately, on very easy, Snake doesn't lose a lot of health for that. I do mean unfortunately. Because the next thing that's going to happen, we want to be on as little health as possible for the Sorrow fight. Could get the cigar out, I suppose, but to be honest, it doesn't matter because the Sorrow isn't IGT. It doesn't actually affect our time. Oh my god, Snake, go through the bloody... You dumbass. It's the last. Sure this is the last room? Oh, that's terrible. Right. Sorry, fight. That's it. That's the sorrow. We take one little move. Snake traps. Use a revival pill, and everything is okay. I've got caution because I've still got the tracker in me because I don't get rid of the tracker. You don't need to on very easy. You should do on other difficulties. I don't know which difficulty you start removing it. Familian's here. He might know. Million, are you there? If you are there, none. What? Even on European Extreme, you don't remove the tracker? I thought you did because getting past these guys on European Extreme is a pain in the ass. Right, this is the longest set of cutscenes and loading times in the game. Unfortunately, we can't do loading trick here. No, I did it. Oh, I did that fucking last time as well. God damn it. I keep forgetting that there's a fucking save here. Is Euros the... Oh shit, I didn't split... Oh, fucking hell. Oh no, I know we don't remove the arrow. God damn it, my splits are terrible. I'm not... That's the thing, I'm not used to... I'm not used to manually splitting. I'm gonna make an auto splitter. Just an image-based auto splitter for this. I was thinking like doing like different like I could do it for each room, I think. It'd take quite a while. I didn't think I'd grab that then. I think I got the items right there. Always worry with that one. It looks different to when I first started. I think it's because of the single action army. Don't know. Let's make you wonder why they put that box and that thing right there. Like, they not want you to explore the base any further? Careful I don't get spotted by this engineer. Box is a right pain in the arse. Gets caught so easily on shit. That was a really nice roll. Right. Time for Volgin. I don't think there's a save here. I'm gonna. There is. In saves, so many saves. Good first one. To be honest, Volgin. There's not. I can't really say like good first section and second set. Volgin's such an easy fight. Cool. We now actually know where we are. The dive roll in this is ridiculous. It's so funny. All right, so I had made the decision that because there's a cutscene. I have been reading the book during this bike chase. There is a cutscene that takes us out of the SVD, so I'm gonna wait until I don't hear. There we go. That's it. And that should be it. I think there is one more cutscene, or one more time where this level takes control away. The other thing I could do is I could actually be shooting the Shagohod because I'm struggling to get a core of its health done in that one section. The only problem is it introduces lag and it's a lot slower. I have already done it where I've managed to get it in that section. I probably won't. Maybe I don't want to look up ahead. Maybe I want to look up. I'll have a drink rather than get the book out. I don't think I get the book out during the first bike chase. I think I just get the book out for the second bike chase. It's too much going on in this one. Thanks for stopping by, Solid Strife. Have a good evening. I will remember to split. It is good to see that I'm now, 2 minutes ahead rather than 13 seconds ahead. Yeah, loading triggers made a lot of difference. All right. Did I equip the RPG from the menu? I did. Yeah. That's it. That's where I went wrong last time. I stuck around and waited for ages there because I didn't think I was supposed to do anything. But that was it. As soon as she says keep it up, I think we can just leave. The other thing is getting the easy gun out so that Snake's stamina starts recovering. Like for this section, I need to hold R1 and hold up. Oh shit, cutscenes. Okay, so just hold R1 just to keep the easy gun out and keep looking up. And then it's the next section, which is the hard bit, because it's trying to get the Shagohod's health down. Which so far I have not been very good at. Yeah, this is looking like a good run. This is looking like this is what I'll submit. And then, unfortunately, that's going to be it for a little bit, because I'm, with the GDQ deadline now advised, I need to get that Unmetal Hard one learnt. Well, I say learnt, rooted. I'll make this clear. when I'm doing Unmetal Hard, I'm not learning from a guide. I'm rooting it myself. It's been like the first major run that I have fully rooted on my own. I say that a lot of it will be based on easy, obviously. All right, important section then. Trying to get a quarter of the Shagohod's health. We're still gonna keep the easy gun out just whilst we wait for a sound cue. That sound cue. Cool, I did it this time. I did it. I did enough damage to the Shagohod.
I planted one seed recharge. The Shagohod's not here yet. Let it come closer.
Just
Keep your aim steady.
once you've aimed at it, your aim remains perfect. So we can just stay here and just hit square as soon as Eva tells us.
Steady. Keep your aim steady. It's here.
There we go. Just like that. I don't know why I... No, stop moving. It's still moving. No, stop moving. I fucking took you out. I'm gonna lose so much time on this fight again. That first shot is so freaking tricky. Stop, please stop moving. I seriously need to practice this fight. The second half isn't too bad, it's the first half that's the pain. Got it. No. Oh, fuck you, Volgin! think he's behind me now. No! Fuck's sake! Oh, I hate this fight so much. I can't fucking hit him quick enough before those fucking missiles come in. He's gonna turn again. Oh my god, I hate this fight so much. Right, get him now. Okay, oh, I lost so much time on that. That's ridiculous. Right, back to the book. 1 minute and 7 ahead from nearly 2 minutes because I lost 44 seconds on the Shagohod. It's terrible. Alright, where did we get to? We were talking about Metal Gear, the first one. A type of bipedal tank with missiles capable of striking anywhere in the world, the Metal Gear was the embodiment of that fear. The game was released in Japan in 1987, and its sales were encouraging. But it was in Europe and the United States after its transition to the NES, where the title gained its success, more than 1 million copies sold in the North America alone, which led to Konami to consider a sequel. And there is an aside. Snake wears a bandana that instantly conjures up the film Rambo, Ted Kochev 1982. However, it would seem that Kojima actually drew inspiration from The Deer Hunter, Michael Cimino, 1978, starring Robert De Niro. In the American guide for the NES version of Metal Gear, a character is mentioned but completely absent from the game. Answering to the sweet-sounding name of Vermin Katafi, this Mongolian colonel turns very early to terrorism before taking control of Outer Heaven. Having become a dictator, he forcibly drafts all inhabitants into his army and subsequently heads off an international terrorist network. Wait a sec. Gotta just do that. His latest goal is to seize the weapon that is capable of making him supreme leader of the world, the Metal Gear. The similarities with a former infamous Libyan dictator are palpable. The question remains why this character was removed from the game while still appearing in the booklets of the American games. That's the end of the asides for Metal Gear. Snake's Revenge. Snake's Revenge came out on the NES in 1990. Hideo Kojima was not involved in its development. The storyline follows the adventures of Snake, who must once again confront the Metal Gear and the legendary soldier Big Boss. However, progression, which placed a stronger focus on action, breaks with the original design of the first Metal Gear. Today, it is considered as a non-canonical episode. Aimed at the foreign market, it was never released in Japan, which perhaps explains the choice of making it more of an action. While returning home from work on Tokyo's public transport, Kojima came across the team in charge of producing Snake's Revenge. The majority of the team had already worked on the first Metal Gear. Well aware of their work at the time did not truly fall within the continuity of the previous game, they encouraged Hideo Kojima to look into developing his own sequel to Metal Gear, and to call on them at such time. Kojima had not really considered doing this, yet the words of his colleagues kindled a great drive within him. The next day, he arrived at the offices of Konami with a complete game plan under his arm and managed to convince his superiors to give him the chance to develop an authentic Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Kojima took the lead in the development of Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, a true successor to the original episode. Released on the MSX2 in 1990, the game broadened the gameplay of its predecessor in almost all aspects. The rudimentary stealth aspect of the original Metal Gear was greatly enhanced in this game. Kojima's mark had already started to shine through. Not only was there a proliferation of original ideas, but the fondness of Snake's creator for cinema was clearly apparent. The credits, in particular, seemed worthy of movie theaters. And the game designer began to slip in numerous references to his previous works. One example was that after Big Boss was defeated in Metal Gear, the soldier underwent experiments to replace certain injured limbs and organs with prosthetics. I should say prosthetics. Prosthetics. The operation which allowed him to return as the villain in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake was codenamed Project Snatcher in the storyline, a direct reference to an old Kojima game. But many observers saw Project Snatcher as a nod to the final boss in Snake's Revenge, a cyborg Big Boss. Since the second installment of the series, Kojima has asserted himself through unexpected clues, which only the most attentive players could hope to pick up on. In essence, what would later become the designer's Easter eggs were already observable in 1990. As proof, in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, the scientist Keo Marv hides the formula to Oilix. See, that is the end of the bike chase. We don't split here. We split just before the boss.
Let me have some more.
I have no idea where I'm going here. Okay, roll at those plants. Come on, Eva. Nice long bit here. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I could have done this in 2 minutes and then the Shagohod just went so badly. So, at least I now know probably the two main bosses I really need to practice. I need to practice the Shagohod, and I need to practice the Fury. No, or not, because I've got the easy gun out. Yet Snake's stamina just keeps going. Isn't doing so well. I think it's because I'm injured. Alright, it's the first bit. Up on the other side. Okay, that was much quicker. That was much quicker than last run. So this should be a hopefully bike chase as a gold split. I don't want to go into first person view here because I went into first person view earlier and it's horrible. Like the frame rate dropped massively. I think it was here. Rather than do that, I'm just going to keep sort of... It's because I want to make sure she's definitely coming. I don't want to... Come on, Eva, we're nearly there. Where are you going? Why are you going around that tree? The fuck? All right, yeah, save 10 seconds there. That's nice. And there is a little bit of time save on the boss as well. So here we go. Let's do this. I don't think there's a cutscene.
Let's see what you're
A
made of.
save.
Excellent, Jack. You've gotten better. You're better than I remember.
Damn it. So close. I think I can, to be honest, I think I can just shoot with the easy gun and that's it. Yep, that's the boss. 123. 123 ahead. I don't know whether zooming in here would also help the frame rate. So yeah, that's going to be a PB by presumably 1 minute and 23 seconds. Say Shagohod was a big letdown.
It's our only hope.
Drink. And then we'll finish, we'll try and finish reading up about Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake during the credits.
Are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should
Oh,
I
and
say
I'm gonna end time slightly sooner just to see if I can get the IGT and the RTA to match up a little bit better.
kill me now? Do it.
I'm gonna end the RTA when Ocelot puts the phone down. So he's gonna say, "Mr. Director," you hear the chung.
There's only room for one bug
Poor dying Tim.
and one snake.
You'll hear the slam of the phone down, and that's where I'm gonna do the final split. All right, it's not over just yet. We do still have the wig. And that's time. And again, I don't think there's a save. I could be wrong. There is. Good job I missed it. Okay, there's the music. Oh, of course, mute because copyright strike. We'll go back to the book. The what of this we can finish. So we were talking about Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. As proof, in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, the scientist Keo Marv hides the formula to oil it, a revolutionary compound that the entire world wants to get a hold of, in a game cartridge for a Konami MSX. To take credit for his own trickery, Keo Marv even leaves behind a signature that can be seen when Snake loads the cartridge after the final credits. On the opening screen underneath the MSX logo, the player can see VRAM 01K bytes, a parody of the machine's actual title screen, on which the size of the video RAM, or VRAM, usually appears, followed by the number of kilobytes shortened here to K bytes. But VRAM 01K reads read backwards gives Keo Marv. Kojima had already started mixing fiction with reality to engage the player. All right, we've got a big chunk to see if we can get through. Metal Gear Solid. While the development of Policenauts, released in 1994, was being concluded, rumors raised expectations for a console that would have amazing 3D capabilities. These backroom noises evidently reached the ears of Hideo Kojima. The light bulb switched on instantly. For the Japanese designer, this technology could offer a new dimension to his Metal Gear series. This much-awaited machine was the Sony PlayStation, and it would provide Kojima with the means to realize his dreams through the development of Metal Gear Solid. The third installment in the series is canon. Immersion in the game would be the backbone for this new chapter. Everything had to be done to make MGS stand out and be believed by its players. Metal Gear Solid would completely be in 3D during both its play and its cinematic cutscenes. In the mind of its designer, it could not have a visual split between the narrative sequences and the interactive scenes. The storage capacity of the new CD format of the PlayStation allowed Kojima to integrate very long cinematic scenes and add digitized voices. The replication of minutiae would actually enhance the immersive experience and likewise reduce the gap between cinema and video games. Constantly concerned about realism, Kojima added an unusual collaborator to his team, Motosada Mori, a veteran of several elite military units. He would act as a military advisor to the creatives of the development team so that they could make the gestures and attitudes of the MGS characters more credible. Mori went so far to organize role-playing games in the form of training courses within the offices of Konami Japan, with the aim of giving the designers the reflexes necessary for real military situations. In Metal Gear Solid, the player's perspective remained aerial as in the MSX episodes. However, the 3D capability now allowed the camera view to move when Solid Snake pressed against a wall, thus giving a different perspective on the surroundings. To better understand the three-dimensional space, Kojima built a 1/30 scale model of the game's levels out of Lego bricks. Thanks to this miniaturization, the developers were better able to place the guards as well as the surveillance cameras, but more importantly, determine the most suitable camera angles for the movements of the CCTV. Hideo Kojima's head teemed with hundreds of ideas. When he presented them to his team, he would often explain them through a considerable number of cultural references. The vast majority, though not all, originating from the world of movies and television. Not necessarily possessing the same references, his audience was often a little lost. To mitigate this problem in communication, Kojima established a fairly unique rule for his team. Once a week, he put up a list of films that he enjoyed, which were being shown at the local cinema. If the team members wanted, they could leave work early to go and see one of the showings. At least put the music back on now. The development of Metal Gear Solid also marked Yoji Shinkawa's incorporation into the team. Shinkawa had already worked as a debugger in the development of Policenauts, and then as artist for the 3DO and PlayStation versions. For MGS, Shinkawa took charge of character and mecha design. He was thus responsible for the appearance of the game's characters and for Metal Gear. Shinkawa, however, did not confine himself to his work as an artist. Soon, a creative partnership was born that would hold the reins of the saga. Yoji Shinkawa would play an essential role alongside Hideo Kojima. Since the first MGS game, Shinkawa has brought along his own ideas. The famous and charismatic ninja owes his presence in the series to a sketch by the artist. Kojima thought so highly of it that he decided to change the storyline in order to include this character. Another example was Hal Emmerich, aka Otacon, who was originally conceived as a fat dwarf who was constantly stuffing his face full of chocolate. His final tall and lanky appearance came from Shinkawa. Incidentally, it's astonishing that Kojima even contemplated giving into the cliched overweight tech geek when it is known that the character of Otacon was one of his favourites and that he was considered a tribute to the otakus. The scientist was an important character in the storyline. He chose to fight with his head rather than with weapons. A final significant change contributed by Shinkawa related to Meryl, the female character who would come to Solid Snake's aid. Kojima's original idea for Meryl was to make her a preteen, inspired by the character played by Natalie Portman in Luc Besson's Léon. When Shinkawa discovered that she would at some point be handling a Desert Eagle, this expert in firearms immediately insisted that the character's age be changed, as he considered only an adult would be capable of using such a weapon. Yoji Shinkawa also greatly contributed to the features of the game's protagonists through his drawings. The technical capabilities of the PlayStation permitted more detail to be added to the characters. For example, Kojima, a huge fan of westerns, was able to have Ocelot resemble the actor Lee Van Cleef from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly by Sergio Leone, 1966. As for Snake, his face was based on the face of Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino 1984, and Sleepy Hollow, Tim Burton 1999, while his body was modelled on the muscular Jean-Claude Van Damme from Kickboxer, Mark DeSalle and David Worth in 1989, Street Fighter, Stephen Edward D'Souza 1994. Lastly, it should not be forgotten that Solid Snake was inspired by Snake Plissken, the anti-hero who does not take kindly to orders. The rebellious temperament of Carpenter's protagonist, which had made a strong impression on Kojima, therefore found a natural echo in the hero of Metal Gear Solid. With the arrival of the PlayStation, Kojima was even able to contemplate endowing his game with less explicit content. Since the beginning, it had seemed important to him that a message be transmitted through his work. The Metal Gear Solid series concerned the connection between generations and the legacy passed down from one to the next. On a subliminal level, the designer was addressing the players and his team. This point will be further developed in Chapter 7. Metal Gear Solid was, in any case, hailed by the public and the gaming press as a landmark in video gaming. Throughout the world, its sales hit astronomical levels, and Hideo Kojima gained a special status among the game designers of his time. There is a single aside for MGS1. In MGS1, the little musical jingle heard when the Konami logo appears is a sample from the end theme of Police. Right, I won't start on the next game in the series, which is Ghost Babel, because we're almost at the credit. Ghost Babel, there's only a little bit, but I don't think I'll get through it in time. But I don't know when we're going to return to this, because I don't know when I'm going to return to MGS3. This has been a good run. Hopefully this will be a 118. I mean, yeah, it should be a 118.
That's right.
Yeah. If you've been watching the VOD of this, because this VOD definitely will have gone onto YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Nick RP Green. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at twitch.tv/Nick RP Green. I do stream on other days as well. For example, today is a Friday. Well, it's now Saturday morning. So yeah, if you've enjoyed watching this and want to see more, unfortunately not much more Metal Gear Solid 3 for a little while, as I'm going to be focusing on hard difficulty on Metal to try and get it into SGDQ. So if you like the sound of that, come and check the channel out sometime. There'll be links down below in the description. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Metal Gear Solid 3 is not done. I will still keep returning to it and keep playing it some more. I was intending to play a lot more of it. It is just today SGDQ's timings have been announced and it is less than 2 weeks to the deadline. They've dropped this on us very, very quickly.
Yes. It appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
So, you know, I do want to play more of this. I've really enjoyed this, and I don't want to just stick with. All right, I'm going to cut the time here.
Mr. Director.
So, as you heard the telephone drop. 118.26. Nice. That is pretty good. So yeah, really pleased with that. That is going to be a submission. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you on the stream at some point. Good night.